checking out VIP Saturdays.
VIP Saturdays.
VIP Saturdays.
VIP Saturdays.
VIP Saturdays.
You watching VIP Saturdays, you hear me?
VIP Saturdays, Shade 45.
Let's get it. VIP Saturday, Superstar J.
It's the homie Great Rizzy.
Yo, you know what it is? VIP Saturdays. We got the king of technology, right? When I go on my phone, right? I'm like, yo. And I go to the gym and I'm lifting weights. MyMixtapes.com is here, yo.
Yeah, what's up?
The brothers, man.
You'll be here. Appreciate it.
You artists don't hit me, man. I don't know them. You know what it is? VIP Saturday, Superstar J.
It's the homie Great Rizzy up here.
Yes, man, and we got something special, man. We call this the Culture Hour right here, man. The Tech Hour, the Culture Hour, everything, right, Gray?
Yeah, of course.
So I want to introduce, you know what I mean? They go by mymixtapes.com, but, you know, sometimes people want to be in the background. You know, they don't want nobody harassing them and hitting their Instagrams and Facebooks all day. But can you introduce yourself?
That shit about to go out the window right now.
Yes.
So what's up? My name is Danny. I'm one of the co-founders of My Mixtapes. We started in 2011 out here in New York.
Yeah, I'm Ricky. I'm one of the brothers, too, co-founders. I'm the youngest of the three. So
Made sure he said that, Jay. He's like, yo, I'm available.
This must be the big brother right here.
Yeah. I'm Juan. I'm the oldest brother and the guy that's in the background. Try to support these guys and make sure the tech is right.
They both come over to your house when it's time to eat. Yeah.
There you go.
That's where the stability is.
Yeah.
So you guys are brothers, right?
Yeah, real brothers. Yeah.
So how did you guys get into this? Like, who was the first person that said, "Hey, this is the idea, and then we're going to kind of follow suit and do this"?
Great. Hold on. Right. We got 5 million people that listen to us, right?
I mean,
how many hit your website? At least
We got over 20 million downloads, over 10 million active users on the app.
10 million
No website.
active users on a
Straight app, no website. We skipped the web.
The web is dead to the app.
God damn, they was brushing their shoulders right here. But understand, maybe 30 million people can 30 million is good for y'all, right?
Yeah.
30 million. That's how many people listen to us. That's kind of good, right?
Yeah,
you know, we on the same level.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, we got 30 million people that listen to us, so they know My Mixtapes. You know, but what Gray was just saying, you know, like how did this all come about? Yeah.
I started doing computer stuff fairly young. Was a guy in my neighborhood that like his dad was a professor, so he started like really teaching me about computers, how to build them. And I got into technology. Then around like I left the job that I was working at, and like in 2008, I really started messing with phones when the first iPhone came out. I mean, the Android first, and then iPhone, like just messing with them. And we started off with like video ringtone. So when it would call your phone, you would get a video on your phone. So Android, then we did it for iOS, and then Danny started a little secret project. With the server guys, because he always wanted to get the latest and greatest music from Wayne back then, all these guys. So Danny started that project, and I was heavily on that video ringtone thing because I thought it was.
He didn't believe.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a big
bro.
You
don't believe.
I skipped from like one thing to another, but he's right. Like I was so in the engineering of that because it's harder to play video when someone calls you than to stream music. So when he came, he's like, "Oh, I want to do this app." Streaming didn't exist back then. There wasn't no Pandora, Pandora in 2010.
Wow.
So he brought up a mock-up, and we still got the paper. Like when he drew out the first My Mixtapes. So when he brought it, I was like, "Oh, all right, I'll start working on it," you know. And then when I saw the traction started getting so many hits and downloads, I'm like, now I need to like really put some effort into it. Like it's not a joke. It's growing with bandwidth and equipment and all that, and it went from like us three, then we added 2 guys, and this was in my mom's house. Then
shout out to moms.
For
believing.
He skipped the part where like we would fight like every other week because he wanted to push video ringtone, and I was like, man, we need to do
he pushing my
like
mixtape.
Me and Rick started the My Mixtape like he said, like in a secret. Like we would put our own money because we knew he wasn't gonna believe it. You get me? Because it was just like he wasn't gonna see what me and Rick was seeing. So once we brought it, we were like, "Hey, look, it's 80% done. We just need to finish it." Like we at the time, I think I was 21, Rick was 18.
Wow.
So when we come to him, we're like, "Hey, we just need to finish this. Like we 80% there." He's like, "All right, fuck it, let's finish it." And then we finished it, we launched it, and it got like 1,000 downloads. Then it like, okay, we need to upgrade. So he always been the guy on like the technology side. Me and Rick always been on the marketing and just like reaching out to certain people, just putting the pieces together.
Yes.
So he'll bring like the technology, and we'll bring this other end, and to like that's why we made it so far, because we have a really good team. We got John, we got Hugo.
Yeah, we're 50 people now. Like back
50
people work at our company. It's a big company. So
wow. Are you still based in Florida?
Yeah, we
Homestead.
have in Homestead. Or we actually so. Like what Danny was saying was, and this will like just to, because we are gonna inspire those next tech guys that are coming out, even you guys or whoever wants this message. Like, always listen to the youth, right? Because when you're too young, no one listens to you. Yeah. When you get too old, nobody wants to listen. It's that right time. So when he brought that to me, I was like, like streaming. I mean, I'm telling you, when you're making something that doesn't exist, it's hard to believe in it. Yeah. But once you stop messing with it, you go, you know what? I'm gonna go. So that's a lesson in life. Like, sometimes those little ideas that people might say are stupid, that are dumb or whatever, even if it's in your own family, sometimes you gotta take that leap of faith. You know what? I say, you know what? They're young. Maybe they know something that I don't. And instead of like being negative and not supporting, what if I go with what I know about technology and bring it to them? And like, imagine 50 people later, millions of downloads, the companies, like, it's opened so many doors for us.
Hey, Ricky, tell me a little bit about these two guys right here, because you're seeing it from a different lens. You're the youngest one out of the three and stuff. You kind of like, I know how it is being an older brother, so you're kind of underneath his thumb from jump anyway. And this is a middle brother, so you guys probably could tussle a little bit, argue a little bit, but see each other where you're coming from. What was it like to kind of bridge the gap, try to get it where everybody understood what the vision was?
No, you're right. So since I was the youngest and we will all argue, I'll probably like bring them together and we'll compromise on some of the stuff. So like, when he didn't want to build the app at first, me and Danny got together, like, all right, let's just do it on the side. And when it gets to a certain point, we'll just bring it to him. And when it did hit that certain point where we're getting downloads, we just needed more server support, and we needed more money. Since me and my brother were like 18, 19, and he was like 21, we didn't have that much. So there was a time when we needed money support, we needed other stuff. So we came to him like a big brother, like, as a younger brother to the big brother. And, we just asked for support, and we never said anything like, this is my app, and your app is that one, Like, we started together a company, so we wanted to finish it, And as a big brother, he extended that arm or that shoulder, put his on, and we all just embraced it, and 6 years later, we're here.
20% from completion, right?
Yeah.
Who is there like a business plan that you guys do? Was there like a formal presentation, or it was just like, all right, fuck it, we're almost here, let's kind of push through?
Well, what happened was that app that he was talking about, the video ringtones, we used a lot of the buttons, the skins and stuff from that app, and we used it to make my mixtape. So it had like a similarity, but we made our own logo and we changed some of the colors. So that helped us a lot, saving money and time. So when we released the app, we were hitting download, snowballing from 1,000 to 10,000 a day to 20,000. And then it got to a point where the app was just crashing. You couldn't open it. You couldn't.
That's my question, because I'm wondering how that works. You go from 10 to fucking 100,000. Like, crashing. how do you deal with that?
It was crashing every day, and we just had to come to him and be like, look, we need more servers. Like, there's no other way around it. Nothing we can do is in a
money.
Yeah. So we had to look for Big Brother.
We really started with zero. Like, it wasn't like, like Trump got $1 million from his dad. We really like, if y'all look on
motherfuckers know that
story. If y'all look on Homestead, Florida, there's only farmers out there. We come from a background, we're Mexican. So our parents, they came here picking tomatoes and stuff like that. And my dad moved to construction. So when we really started the company, it was really like, I got 1,000, he got, and then that money goes, like, little by little it goes, and then we selling whatever we got just to keep it. Like, it was cool because we all had that same vision, so we were all putting that effort, like, like just to keep it moving, keep it going.
Now I want to ask you, right, because when I first heard of my mixtapes, and I've been in the game a while, and I'd probably say I'm the only DJ that really relates into the new wave, the new cycles, and just like you said, you gotta listen to the youngsters and say, yo, I gotta, involve with this. Now, when I first heard of you, I didn't know y'all was the only people doing the app. Now, it was everybody doing the websites, you know, and it seemed like y'all snuck through when everybody was fighting amongst each other with the websites.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a beef with, I don't know if y'all have a beef with other people.
Oh yeah.
Said, oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's been situations where I've done a mixtape and it was like, yo, if you do it with them, we're not gonna do it with you.
Yeah.
And when I talked to you, it was all love. You know what I mean? Coach K put it together and we talked and you did. I said, yo, do your research on me so you can understand it's official, because you get millions of DJs a day like, yo, I'm this and that, and I wanted him to do your research. But how did you really think that this was going to work? Because, you know, at that time it was just about websites. Who sat down and was like, nah, it's just going to work with the app?
We
Straight
all
to the
believe.
phone.
I mean, remember we already had other apps that we did before, so it wasn't our first app. Like we.
But this is a hip hop crowd, you know what I'm saying? So this is different.
And this is this is what we grew up on. This is what we love. I love hip hop.
Yes.
Like, my brother loves hip hop. Like he put me on Wu-Tang, Biggie, Nas, all that. You get me? I'm 50 Cent on, you know, The Game, Jeezy. That's my era.
Yeah.
So you got like these two eras, and like that's what we were just brought up, like, you know, listening to. Like my brother would draw the Wu all over the house. So
Yeah.
like you know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out Wu-Tang. But that's
Yeah.
one thing that you're asking is like, even those, and there's no disrespect to those other websites, even though we're gonna disrespect them, is that they know why they lost the marketplace, and your people accept like all over the United States. Like, it's crazy the ride. It's been a crazy 5-6 years for us. Like the other day, to another person that's not here, his name is Adahir. He's like a partner, like a brother to us. And he lost his mother recently. So
Yes.
one thing that we sat back, and it just happened last week, is that we sat back and like, damn, like 6 years passed so fast. Like when you're in the middle of it, you don't sit back and look. Like we were just in my mom's house. We moved to our first little office. Now we got this big office. Now we're gonna move to a bigger one. The company's doing great and everything. But what the difference between us is that we got that technology and put it back into hip hop, which hip hop and like other music platforms doesn't have that. Like if you told me right now, hey, I want to release my project with you, it's like, you deserve great technology. You deserve our platform to be good. So because it's your baby. Like that's one thing that Danny and I always talk is like, it is on us to get your mixtape, which imagine, let's say you're from the hood, or that was the last 5 bands, you went to the studio and mixed it, got some DJ to do it, and then I get that and I just throw it on the websites that you're talking about, and then when it's done, I just took your $5,000 and that's it.
Yeah.
Where's the customer service in that? Where's the love? Like,
I see that with y'all. It's always, you know what I mean, it's always replies back. I mean, especially with me. I mean, I do get replies back to the other websites, but it's just more genuine love from y'all, and I want to show that love. Now, Rick, I want to ask them, because we want to get into a record. This is a music, show right here.
Yeah.
What was the artist that broke records with y'all? Which artist?
That released a mixtape with us.
Yeah, you was like, God damn, what the fuck?
Well, when we first started out, you know, a lot of artists or DJs wouldn't want to release their project with us, obviously, because we're still new and we had just came out. So like Wayne, when he dropped the No Ceilings, it was the No Ceilings. He crashed the app, but he didn't officially release it with us. But it kind of gave us an idea, you know, like just having it 5 minutes later, and look what happened. So, you know, later on we ended up dropping we officially launched his mixtape Sorry for the Wait 2. And
I've seen that.
That was crazy.
I want to say the app was down maybe 2 days.
Damn.
We couldn't keep up with the traffic, you know, or anything like that. And he crashed it. Like, you couldn't open the app, or if you got in, you could only listen to it. You couldn't get out, you know. Like, it was just a crazy experience, but it helped us on the other launches, you know. Like, we ended up releasing all the other projects just in 2016.
All right, well, let's get into a record from No Ceilings. Let's get into it. VIP Saturdays. Still got mymixtapes.com in here, man. What's up? Now, understand, I've seen a lot of artists coming right to y'all now. I know before the calls wasn't, the texts and the emails wasn't coming back. Now, how does it go? How do you go about, collaborating with an artist? Do you find them?
Well, nowadays, like since the platform grew to where it's at now, a lot of the bigger artists reach out to us, but our goal is still to find the next artist. You know, we want the next
Smart.
the next.
Let's
French,
get some class
the next,
on that,
you know,
man.
Like that's what we work on, and that's probably why you don't see us too much on Instagram, like us co-founders, because we're busy looking for the artists, and the team that we have in Miami, Johnny and them, they're the one that collabs with the artists, you know, go to the studio, shoot the video, stuff like that. So
Shout them out real quick, because I know that I see them out and about even when I'm traveling around the country. I see the My Mixtape shirts. In fact, when y'all came in, I was looking for them, and I was like, oh, because I see them all the time. So give us shout a couple of them out so they get that love.
You got Johnny. He's been there like from the beginning. Like he believed in it too. You know, like he was rolling with us. Like he wasn't even getting paid, and he was like, "What you need me to do?" What, you know what I mean? So like he's, you know, he gonna be taken care of. You got Juice, like that's my cousin, and he helped us out a lot. Like even when at the time we needed a loan, you know, he loves borrow money and stuff like that. Yeah, like, and that's my little cousin. You know, like to come to him and be like, "Hey, cuz, like,
Man,
you know, can you help us
pure
out?"
For family, man.
Yeah, like, oh, here, this is my last $1,000, my last $500, and I'm like, all right, you know, cool, I appreciate it, and then, you know, put it, you know, whatever we can do, and then we got B Dog, which is Brandon. You know, he loves music, like he lives hip hop, like that's all he do, like. You want to know something, you ask him, and he'd be like, okay.
The good thing that I don't know if this is what it is, but it's quite unique that you're Mexican and Latino, and the stronghold that you guys are forming within hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just kind of shows how much hip hop has grown and what you can do with it if you put your mind to it. Do you guys ever talk about that? Because you just said a little bit ago, you said, you know, sometimes you don't get a chance because you're in it so much. You don't get a chance to kind of look back and say, wow, look at all the shit that we've done. Yeah. Do you know that for a fact? Because all these other sites that I've seen, I don't know who they are, but I'm seeing you guys and I'm like, yo, this shit is fucking dope.
Yeah, well, I think from the beginning, once I got on board, I treated it like the next Google, I took it really to that, you know, and it's good. Sometimes it's luck and it's everything. It's just like you get
timing.
The right team. You get the right team. So me, I come from the, you know, Biggie Pac era of music. Yeah. So when I would hear the new stuff, you'd be like, whatever, I don't understand it, or it's not my thing. These MCs is what I like. And as far as the technology part, I saw that there's like a giant like hole. Like there's no one investing money in the tech side of hip hop because they think that it's run by the street guy and all that stuff. And I grew up. My best friend was black when I grew up. Yeah. His mom was a teacher, and you know, shout out Cornell.
Yeah, you gotta get him lit out there.
He's in LA, and then we went our separate ways. He went into film and movie because that was his love. He went that way. I wanted to get into that. So the next thing is like my dad's like, hey, you got to get into, you know, technology or computer, you know, fixing computers. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do that. So I went my way, and we always talk about that. Like our paths went different ways, and you have to treat you know the guys with respect. Like these other sites, they don't care. I mean, I don't know them personally, but we wouldn't be as big as we are if they didn't care about the music the way that we care about.
It sounds like the customer service, but definitely the relationship is very important to you guys. Just, you know, hearing Jay's experience with you. But there was a question I had real quick, like how is new media is pretty much running a lot of stuff, especially when you go into these buildings. One side of the building that's not new media looks bad. The other side that is new media looks great. Yeah. Are like companies like record labels, are they also looking to go ahead and partner with you, or is it just individuals right now? I would assume so.
Yeah, well, there's a few labels like 300, Atlantic, and Def Jam. They've partnered up with us on the releases like Lil Durk's album, or what was the other one? A few mixtapes, like the last one's L'Argent Slim. So they reached out to us to either do a campaign or buy banner ads, or
smart
just to get an input on the artist too. You know, sometimes they reach out to get analytics, like how's this artist doing on your app, and then we'll send them the numbers and stuff like that.
I'm asking you this question because I want the people to know that it's big business, and people are, you know, it's companies that are looking to invest in it as well. But the great thing about you guys is the relationship. You guys are looking for that next person.
Yeah. That's the first vision we've had, and we never lost sight of it. So every city that we go to, like right now, Atlanta always shows us love because we have a good connection with artists. But like I told you guys before we got on the show, like we want that same relationship with New York. So like any artist that's listening, like just reach out to my mates. If it's not me, it's gonna be John or Danny, or maybe we even get Juan to answer the phone. And you know, like we want the help from New York, you know. So to keep helping us expand, and in return we put them on, you know.
Well, we're based here in New York City, Shade 45, Sirius XM, but I think this is also for the rest of the country and possibly the world. If you're willing to work with these people.
Everyone. I mean, we've helped a lot already. Like a lot of artists we've helped that came to us, reached out to us, and we gave them that hand and just gave them that alley, you know.
Now I want to ask you. It's not a tough question, but I'm in the mixtape game, and I've seen a lot of with the RA. Now, how do you go about with these things with lawyers and
the RIAA?
Yeah, RIAA.
Well, on my end, and I work a lot with different like third-party software to make sure there's no digital rights management violations. We follow DMCA guidelines. We actually work with the artists if they want to distribute their content on the app. They can do documentation on that. We work
which gives permission.
Yeah, it gives permission.
Sometimes like Mark, yeah. And I just wanted to ask that because
that's a good question.
It's very
your art, so we don't try to like Danny and Ricky don't want to be like, I won't say their names, but to mess up your song like that on purpose, like to market. It's you're rapping and then you hear the site's name and all this stuff. Like we do it if the artist wants us to do it. We'll work with you and we'll mix it but like we do so much stuff like with the artists, and Danny and Ricky try to keep it's your content. We're just a platform, whether it's to a label or to the independent guy. Our platform is there for you to try to test it out, because in reality, no one else is building that. You know what I mean? Like SoundCloud and all these other places, they don't work that way. They're owned by corporate entities. So, what do you want? Do you want to reach a massive audience, or do you want to make the 0 point whatever they're paying you, which is very, very bad? And next year will be, when we sit down with you guys, we'll show you all the stuff that we're doing. So now the artist is going to have like that aha moment, be like, oh, now I see the end game.
Yeah, also, Rick, I see another feature. Yeah, I don't know if y'all collaborated with Snapchat. Yeah. It's a dope feature now. Like, you can actually play the record, and you can be on Snapchat, and you hear the dude, you hear Superstar J, and dude is like this, and they got the Snapchat, like they got
That's dope.
And I'm not, they actually made me get my Snapchat back.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Because we've been
you
talking.
let it go, man. That's dope.
It is what it is, man. Shout out to Love De Niro. He put me on to. He's like, yo, man, my mixtapes. The last time, because we did the Stack Bundles mixtape with them. Shout out to his family for letting us release it. And he was like, yo, man, my mixtapes, they grew so much. As far as technology do you speak to teenagers? Like, for y'all to collaborate with Snapchat is crazy.
I mean, that happened. I was in the gym, and there was some young girl there like at the gym, and I go, hey, let me ask you a question. What do you use, Facebook or Instagram? She goes, what? I use Snapchat. I go back to office. I say, we need to take all that shit. We need to add Snapchat on there.
My job, like when Enrique's there, is crazy because these guys come to me with these ideas and they don't know like the part to make that. It's not like he came to me. He's like, hey, I want to add Snapchat to the app. I'm like, dude, like I can barely get this shit to play. You know what I mean? Because we're building a new version. Like now our version is on par with like the big boys, right? It took us 2 years to build it.
Yeah,
that's why it looked kind of the same for a while, because we're building it perfect. So when Danny comes with that, I go, hey, I can either say that he's crazy,
smart move,
or I'm gonna go at it with the guys, and then the other people that I want to say is like our team, like the guys that have been with us.
I know your dev team hates you.
Yeah,
I know they hate you. Like, oh God, something else.
Yeah. Ray, another thing, man. Now that caused a little controversy. I feel that y'all was very smart on was the Meek Mill interview.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Meek.
Wow, everybody's watching the interview before y'all put the interview, and the tape didn't even come out till like a month later. Like, how did y'all figure out? Say, you know what, we're gonna add another option to the site and with the interviews. And you got two people that do interviews too. This is the New York thing. Yeah. But I don't know who the girl was, but
Charm.
She did real good on it.
Yeah.
Now, what made you do this aspect of doing the interview with Meek? Meek was like sitting like he was in the crib and everything.
I mean, you got Compliments got bought out for 350 M's. You know, and
Great,
they ain't got no exclusives. They don't got none of the traffic we got. I mean, shout out to them though. You know, like they're really.
Let me tell you something. When you make Gray smile, he like,
they're a really good website. You know, keyword website. So we sat back. We just were like, what's the difference? We killing the game. We get all the exclusive. All the artists, work with us. We got all the youth. We're trendsetters. Right. What's the difference? They're like, they're creating content. They're creating their own little like documentary and stuff like interviews. That. So, you know what I mean? If the wheel ain't broken, why we gonna fix it? Yeah. So then we started doing our own content. I called Meek's manager. I said, we want to interview him, and we always been 100% supportive with you guys. We've been keeping it real with you guys, and we're gonna let y'all say what y'all want to say. And he goes, I'm gonna talk to Meek. And then in the interview, he says it. My Mixtapes was the only one that kept it 100 with me. They didn't switch up. You know what I mean? And that goes from what how we were raised, how our brother raised us, and so we always been, we've been just solid dudes.
So what's the key word now? I got to take this from Gray. What's gonna keep y'all grounded? Because after this interview, it's always copiers and they don't give a fuck. Now, what's going to keep the three brothers grounded where, and it happens, because things, like you said, things happen so fast, and 6 years feel like it was 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What is going to keep my mixtapes grounded?
I think just us three being together, and not separating, we'll keep each other grounded, like, if Danny starts acting Hollywood, I'll tell him. If Juan starts acting Hollywood, or me, they'll tell me, like, we know not to think we're above anyone else. We just always been raised like that, and
to be humble.
Yeah, we just want to be humble and change the game.
I think one of the other good things, Jay, is that they're not enamored with all the bullshit that's out there. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're keeping their heads down to what they need to do. Tech, relationships, going out and getting new business.
Yes.
Instead of all the shit that's on Instagram. I mean, fuck it. We all do it every once in a while. Yeah. But some people do it way more than others, and they forget about the business. They forget about the core of what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't need, like me. I don't have any followers. Probably no one. I don't even post. Like, half the time, you're not using it. Like,
I have good contact though on your Instagram.
Yeah, but we have a team that does that. Yeah, that team is great.
A lot of funny content.
I be on there too, but I just don't post no selfies. Like, I don't want.
Mm-hmm. No, we want to make it about. One thing is, like, we want to make it about the platform, right?
Exactly.
Like, why? Like, it's like back in the day when they say, all in the videos. You remember that? From It's like, dude, like, and these other sites have become like that. Like, it's about us and not about the artist. So our client is the artist, right? At the end of the day, that's what it is, right? Like, I need to make sure that my platform is good for you. And what we're gonna launch next year is there's gonna be an end game tool where you're gonna be like, now I see what they were doing all this time, and we're very patient. So, like, people have tried to come and offer this and offer that. Some, I mean, I'm not gonna say that.
Well, that's what I was just about to ask that question, because you get to a certain point, and then these bigger companies, they see the value in what you're doing because they couldn't get it right themselves. Yep. So I'm assuming, like, what would it take? And you don't necessarily have to answer this question, but what would it take to say, you know what, here, you go at, we're out the game? Because I feel like I feel the passion with you guys.
When we lose the love, love for the like, we deal mostly with the artists, and we mostly, like, we'll go to the studio and put stuff together. Call an artist, call producer. Yeah. I feel like once I don't want to do it no more, or Rick don't want to do it no more, or he loses the love, like. And then we'll probably
set off into the sunset. Yeah. But I think
switch it up.
We're having fun. Like, it's still something that we go in every day. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, Danny wants this, or Ricky thought of this idea. It's like, how in the hell am I gonna build this shit? Like, but now we've been doing this so long. Like, we know mobile backwards and forwards. So a lot of these other sites, you just said it, it's like, they kind of have their team. Like, you got a basketball team, you got 3 dudes that are on the website and 2 dudes that are on the mobile. Well, we've been fucking mobile from the beginning. So you gotta, and I always tell these guys, like, if someone comes and beats us, they better have found another hour in the day, because we work so much. So if we lose, it's because we were lazy, and that's not gonna happen. So
wow.
What's your average day? How many hours a day?
Like, the thing is, we work, I would say, all day. Like, when I get home, open the laptop. Before I go to bed, I'm on the laptop, and I just work off my phone all day, you know. So I was, you know, I would try to do that 9 to 5 at the office, but once I'm home, I'm still.
You're never
you know,
really unplugging.
you never off the phone, you know.
Yeah.
If someone texts you, someone hits you up, you gotta respond, you know.
Got you. Hey, and I happen to see your ring, man. I happen to see your ring.
Yeah.
What's the wife saying, man?
It's been tough because I have 2 kids now. So when I
and the kids, right?
Yeah. So when we started, like these guys were in a different point. They were just teenagers, young guys, and I didn't want to get married. I told her, look, when the app gets to, you know, you always have that excuse, oh, we made this much money.
Right.
But it's been good for me because now I go home, I kind of manage my time better. And a lot of guys that are workaholics, you'll hear that, like when I have kids now, I know, like,
right,
because
they ain't trying to hear it.
Nah, we used to work like, man, like, to this
day.
day I sneak, like when the kids are asleep and she goes to sleep, I go back and I start working again.
Yeah.
So that's one thing is like the hard work, man. Like whatever it is, like there's no that Instagram, that fakeness that you were talking about, like there's no shortcuts in this. I'm
just trying to wonder, like, does Ricky even get a fucking movie night with anybody anymore?
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Before y'all leave, man, I want to ask you now, who do you have the radar on? Did you I want to put an artist out there that I feel that we had a lot to do with her as not, you know, discover anything, but just a lot to do with her career. How do you feel about the girl Young and May?
For real, I really like her music. I like the way she spits. I like her character. Like she's not trying to be no one else, you know. And I really like that, you know.
With her type of music, like a mixtape fit your requirement right now?
Yeah, that mixtape there will do numbers for sure. Platinum in the streets. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I like it.
Can I give y'all Ali?
Oh, you already know.
Show Mugga. He got that New York song.
Okay.
It's going crazy.
Now say his name again.
Show Mugga.
Show Mugga.
Yeah, he got that New York.
Now where's he from?
He's from here, from Brooklyn.
Okay.
He got a song going crazy right now. Like, it's going viral. You know,
Show Mugga.
Yeah.
Is that Coach K?
No, it's got that.
Nah,
beat
he
from,
independent.
Scarface. That beat. Remember when we were in Peru?
Oh,
Great, you heard him?
They saying, with Tim Season in New York coming, y'all saw that thing?
Who was fucking telling me about this? Shit. Man.
Okay, where he's from New York.
He's from New York. He say he's in Brooklyn right now. He's in Brooklyn. He's out of.
Shout to my man curated Jeff. Jeff had told me about this kid.
Okay, Show Mugga. I gotta put that in my mental Rolodex.
Ali, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing is that's great is that they'll give you like, you know, I heard on the streets this thing, and then I'll come and tell you, hey, it's real. The numbers are real. Like I do it from the nerdy database.
Analytics.
So analytics plus what they're talking about.
Right.
This kid's got
it's power.
He's got something. So and that's one thing. Like nobody has the platform that we got.
Crazy, man. Thanks for the alley oop. Hey, so before y'all go, give your what we got up and coming. Now I seen Rick was out here. I didn't have the pleasure to get into Atlanta, but they had a My Mixtape showcase.
Yeah, our A3C.
Yes, sir. So that's what we're working on. Besides the shows and the interviews and documentaries, like we're focusing a lot on shows.
All right, hold on. Can we get a My Mixtape VIP Saturday show in New York City?
We might need that.
I think that would be crazy.
Y'all get whatever y'all want.
Let's do it, man. Let's try to make that happen. Yeah, 30 million people. We got the brothers. We're gonna put you on the spot, and we're gonna sit down and put the show together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that would be dope. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Especially just climax with the New York City thing.
Open
Because
the
I know
door.
y'all, Atlanta, Atlanta's the home of love. That's where his stomping grounds is too.
Chicago.
Chicago is big.
Shout out to Dirt.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dirt.
Yeah.
All right. What close rapper friends do you have? I know Dirt.
I'm close with like Syrie the Kid, Bibby.
Bibby.
Yeah, my dog Bibby. And
Yeah, I talk mostly to all the Chicago rappers, so like Dirk,
TK Kravis.
TK Kravis from Atlanta. We all stay in tune. A couple DJs too, like DJ Bands. I talk to them
Shout to
almost
Bands.
almost on the daily. A few other rappers, we built out of jail, but we ain't trying to say his name out of here.
We
do that too.
We are a full service.
Wow, man.
We get that 3 a.m. call. Don't worry about it. We got you, baby.
We don't want no more secrets because these motherfucking websites gonna start bailing rappers out and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, thanks for coming out one more
Appreciate
time, man. Tell them that the website, where they can, not the website. I'm sorry, the app. You know what I mean? Where they can get the music and the new up and coming things y'all got going on. Y'all got some merch too, man. I need a My Mixtape sweatsuit,
We
man.
spent a month in China. Me and my brother Danny getting all the merch, getting the
Making it
printers,
perfect,
like
yeah.
you know,
Nice.
this is what we do. We ain't gonna stop, not yet.
You gotta get your shishi knee. You gotta get
I
your
gotta get that.